Hi guys, it is the next day, so it's Tuesday. I actually did not talk at all yesterday. I did an update on the book, but I'm currently on page 108. I was reading a little bit right now, then I was like, you know what, I haven't updated, but I'm already like a good chunk of the book in, and I love it so far. Fredrik Backman's writing is just beautiful. He could be talking about the weather or hockey, or in this case, like a painting or anything, and it sounds poetic. It sounds amazing because he has such a way with words. I have tabbed this book quite a bit. I want to show you. I have tabbed it quite a bit. They're yellow, but I have tabbed it quite a bit. It's kind of hard to see, but I have tabbed it quite a bit. Like every chapter I probably tabbed it at least twice. It's giving like that writing that he always has in all his books, the foreshadowing, I don't know, like he explains every age perfectly. Like an adult, teenager, he just explains it in a way that I can't even put with words, but I remember feeling like that as a teenager, and I feel like certain ways as an adult. But just his quotes, like he can describe a laugh and he makes it sound beautiful. He could describe water and it sounds beautiful. He just has a way with writing. So because I'm not very good with like synopsis. When I read a synopsis, sometimes it's like goes in one ear and goes out with the other. But with this book, what I understood, it was about a painting and some friends, and that's what I understood going into it. But it's so much more than that. It's about like childhood friendship. It's about like going through life sometimes on your own, and that feeling you have inside of you, like that loneliness. And I don't know, like it's told in two perspectives. So it's told in like the present and the past. So the friends from the painting, you get like their life in their time, and then this girl who's like obsessed with the painting, and it like speaks to her, and she just has a very hard life, and the painting is like something that she's always like wanted to see in person. So it starts off with her like breaking into this art gallery to see the painting, and that's where the story starts. And she meets somebody outside, and then you get their relationship, and so on. And there's just so much in this book about grief, about loneliness, about friendship, about growing up. And I didn't think it was like a summer book, you know, because like, I don't know, when I think summer, I think like summer romance. But this book is definitely summer, but more like your childhood summers, like that nostalgic feeling of your childhood summer. There's a quote in here about wanting a summer. Let me find it. Let me find that quote specific. Oh, okay, here it is. People always said he was extraordinary, but he was just like everyone else. At the end of his life, he only wished for what almost all of us wish for, to have our childhood summers back. Stop. And then the friendship between the three boys in the past perspective, beautiful. Like they are going through very different things, but very difficult things. Each kid is going through that. So it's like they're there for each other in ways that only 14-year-old kids can be there for each other. Like 14-year-olds don't really say I love you, but they do it in other ways. And that's a lot of what this book is about. It's like friendship in a lot of different ways rather than just saying I love you. Like it's just simply being there for somebody or telling them something like small. To us, it probably doesn't seem that much, but to a 14-year-old, that's like the best thing in the world. There was another quote that I wanted to tell quote, you guys. This is what I'm talking about. It's hard to say I love you when you're 14 years old, and completely impossible to dare to whisper, don't hurt yourself, because you'd be hurting me too. Like, I'm sorry. Like, he can talk about, like, he just knows how to write everything so well. My favorite series almost of all time is Beartown, and it's by Fredrik Backman. And he wrote that town in a way that I felt like I knew them by the end of the series. And that's kind of how I feel with these characters. I feel like I know them and I feel for them. And he can make you laugh and cry all within the same chapter. Like, it can be something very sad, you know, like a death. But he brings like some wittiness into it, which is crazy. I know, because like, how can death ever make you laugh? But the way the characters talk about it and the way they explain it, it makes you smile and cry at the same time. I don't even know how to explain this to you. Let me find another quote. There's one more. There's one more that I wanted to bring up, but I can't find it now. Okay, so I'm back. I found the quote. It's describing the artist of the painting who's part of that little friend group, okay? So, because in an ugly place, he was born with so much beauty inside him that it was like an act of rebellion. In a world full of sledgehammers, his art was a declaration of war. Like, I don't even have the words to explain to you those words. But those words mean something to me. They mean a lot to me. And I feel like all his books, like I'm primarily, well, I read a lot of literary fiction, but when I first started reading, I was mainly a romance reader. So it was very daunting to pick up a book that has no romance. You know, I thought I wasn't going to be able to connect with it. I thought I wasn't going to be able to understand it. I don't even know what I thought. But with Fredrik Backman, all his books, I feel so connected. More than anything, honestly, more than any other book I've read. Because it feels real, and it's like lessons that you can take a lot from these books and reflect on your own life. Like the way he talks about death, he talks about like the only thing certain in this life is death. But what an act of rebellion it is to have fun. Because if you would think about it and you think about death, you're never going to do anything. You're going to be scared for the rest of your life. But you can look at death and tell them like, I'm going to have a good time while I'm here. And do the crazy things, like jump off a cliff, you know, like go skinny dipping or whatever, the crazy stuff. And that's the way that you enjoy your life, is by doing those things that seem crazy or don't seem like normal or whatever, you know. So yeah, it's kind of weird because I just read One Golden Summer, and it also talks about childhood summers and like having a summer like you're 17 again. And then I'm reading about this and it's talking about a childhood summer, and I'm like, wow, like this is a lot about life. Like this is a lot about adulting right now. I don't know if I can take it, but yeah, these books like have left me like thinking into my life and thinking that I deserve to have a good summer too, you know. Obviously mainly I go to like places with my kids, but I mean like it'll be fun to like do something cool, just me and my husband maybe. So it's really giving me reflection time to do stuff that maybe I've been putting off. Like I've been wanting to write, like start journaling, but like it's very daunting and scary sometimes for me to like put my feelings on paper, and I'm like, what if someone finds this and whatever. But it's making me want to write. Like I don't even know how to explain it. So anytime a book can do that to me, can make me like look into my own life and see where I want to fix it, or see where I want to add things, or, you know, reflect on certain situations. I just know that that book is going to be good, and it's going to be one that I want to have on my shelf forever, and one that I want to annotate and go back to all the time. Because I go back to Beartown a lot. Like I go back and reread quotes all the time. Mainly the last book, because I didn't get to annotate the first two books. But the last book I annotated, and I always go back and look at quotes. Same with like Daisy Jones and the Six. I always go back and annotate or like look at quotes. Magnolia Parks, I do it a lot. Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Like those books are like the books that I just like want to have with me forever. And I feel like at any stage of my life, whether right now as like an adult or like later on, I just want to go back and read those quotes, because they do teach you a lot about life and growing up. And yeah, I'm gonna stop yapping now. So hopefully today I can continue reading. Yesterday I read 102 pages, I believe. So I'm hoping to get it to page 200 today. So just for the sake of this video, so it's not like too long and over through too many days. Because sometimes when I'm reading for a long time, I forget to film. So here's to hoping I don't forget. Also, this is the first time I sit down to pick up my book today, so you have not missed out on anything today. But I'm gonna try to read a little bit more, and then I'm gonna have to go cook dinner. I have sponsored biliaries because I have kids, but see you soon. They're quoting Marvel, and I love it. Listen to this. Spider-Man's, with great power comes responsibility. The Flash's, life doesn't give us purpose, we give life purpose. Wonder Woman's, which will hold greater rule over you, your fear or your curiosity? And Iron Man's, heroes are made by the paths they choose. I love that. I'm not like the biggest Marvel fan, but I love it when they bring up stuff that I like in books. I lost my page, so I'll be back. So I don't know how many days it's been, but I just got teary-eyed a little bit. There was a scene with one of the characters and his brother, and they were just talking about like their parents and like just like life stuff, and yep, that did it. So yeah, here I am, kind of crashing out a little bit. It's 11:48 p.m. and then there was this quote: stories are complicated, memories are merciless. Our brains only store a few moments from the best days of our lives, but we remember every second of the worst. Whew. I should finish this book tomorrow. I think I need a little over like 120 pages left, so I might read a little bit right now until my eyes literally cannot anymore, and then probably the rest tomorrow. So that's my update. If I update you again, I'll probably be crying because I was reading and I literally forgot I was vlogging, and I was like, wait a second, this is a good moment to pick up my phone and vlog a little bit. But this is why I hate reading like over a week, like one book in a week, because I forget that I'm vlogging like halfway through the week. That's why I like finishing books fast, but I've really been annotating this one. I've been taking my time with it, like digesting it. I honestly just don't want to finish it, and that's rare because normally, like, once I'm really far into a book, I want to finish it quick. So, one, I can, like, you know, gather my thoughts about it. And then two, so I can move on to the next book. But with this one, I just don't want to not be reading this book. So, I'm sensing a 5-star, but we'll see. Hi guys, so I finished the book, finished it last night, but I literally had no time to film anything today about the book, and it's 10:44 p.m. and I'm barely sitting down to talk to you about it. So 5 stars. Are we even surprised? Anything that Fredrik Backman writes will probably be 5 stars, just because I love his writing style, the way he story tells, and just the way that you get to know the characters and just feel for them, and you almost feel like they're real people because he writes them so realistically. Like, they're not perfect at all, and they make mistakes, but in a way that you can see yourself in them, even though they're literally in a whole different part of the world, like in Sweden. I feel like his characters are so universal. Like, even though the setting is in Sweden, it feels like universal. Like, you could picture any part of the world you're in. And I feel like that's why his books are so popular, because honestly, his books are they're just about life. There's no plot, there's no like big plot twist or anything like that. It's just life, and life is unpredictable. So there's like some unpredictable things in this story. Like, while he's telling the story, I didn't know how it was gonna end. I didn't know what character, you know, was gonna be what in the end, if that makes sense. If you read the story, you'll know what I mean. So I didn't know, but I was very surprised. And even when something is really sad, he has like a way of like making you feel sad, but still like giving you that bittersweet feeling where you can even smile but cry at the same time. So only he can do that. I don't think any other author has done that for me. Let me read you guys a couple quotes. This one made me laugh. "Is it horrible being an adult? Unbearable," the mother replied. "You fail with almost everything all the time." And there was another one that I really liked. This one made me so sad, but like in a nostalgic way too. "It's hard to say I love you when you're 14 years old, and completely impossible to dare to whisper, 'Don't hurt yourself,' because you'd be hurting me too." And this one too. This is the last one, I swear. "People always said he was extraordinary, but he was just like everyone else at the end of his life. He only wished for what almost all of us wish for, to have our childhood summers back." This was the perfect book to read in the summer, especially like as I'm getting more deep into my adult years. I mean, I'm 24, but I feel like I'm growing up so fast. Now that I have kids of my own, it just feels like life is moving so fast. And this book talks a lot about that. How like one day you're 14 and then you're an adult, and then your life is here. Like, this is your life. And also it gives you that perspective too. Like, it's never too late to work on your life, no matter how old you are. So yeah, I teared up a lot reading this book. I read it very slowly, and I annotated it a lot. If you can see that. So I'm always gonna come back and just like look at quotes like I always do with my favorite books. And I'm always gonna recommend this book from now on. Like, I don't know who am I, because I was just a romance reader, and then I found Beartown, and then I fell in love with literary fiction. Now those are like the books that really stick to me, and I know this book is just gonna stick with me for a really long time. I posted so many quotes on my Instagram, like on my personal Instagram, of like these quotes. I know people were sick of me, and then even on TikTok I would post like a bunch of quotes. Like I was so annoying with this book because I was enjoying my time. I did not want it to end, but all good things come to an end. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Please like if you like this video, and comment any other reading vlogs I should do, or any books you would like to see me read. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Say bye. Bye.